Hello, Hancock Eye fans. Well, this is going to be the shortest journey. If you're at a base where you can't get a ship upgrade, you need to go somewhere to get it. A one-star system is about the shortest journey you're going to do. And we are here in Nevada, because we're at the New Vegas casino. We have got 245,000 or a little bit more, so we can now go straight to Montana, to the Tefton Police Outpost, and buy our retired police ship, a Foxbat, and upgrade it just a little bit. Oh, and while I'm at it here, let me give you some stats here. First, on our alternate calendar system, we met Richter after completed side mission number 5, and of course let him know that we didn't have a afterburner installed. So for 10 missions now he's been wondering how we're making it through the Dodge sector, how we're even surviving. By completed side mission number 10, we had our jump drive, and we're on our way out to Montana based on the route, about the route we're flying here. Let me show you. Here we go. Sector map. Okay, so this is the route we've been working. We've been working Montana and Mississippi and Hitchcock because they have and can supply us with the starfish, the sushi grade starfish. And why? Because we wanted to upgrade our starship, the Platypus, and eventually get a new starship on starfish money, because it rhymes and it's humorous. Just had to. And it's also Christmas season, since, well, after Christmas comes Three Kings Day, on the 12th day of Christmas, and the three kings followed a star to find the baby Jesus and family. So there you go. We got this whole thing going on here. Little Christmas, little silly, little rhyme starfish with starship. So we got a little Montgomery Scott from Star Trek going on. Oh, and anyway, and if you really want to add it, there was a lady engineer on the Serenity in that show, Firefly or Serenity, and she got the job by commenting on things she noticed with the engine, starting with the comment, "While I was on my back, I noticed." So we can picture Juno before she had any trade information, like we don't have any in Carolina, we haven't been there, but we can picture her laying down on a cot in the back of her Platypus, reading over the Dodge sector map, trying to plan out a route. So this is the route we've been working. Montana, well, Nevada, Sparks, and New Vegas to buy our sushi grade starfish. Montana, Mississippi, and Hitchcock to supply it. Specifically Hedron, heirloom delicacies, and 2 farms to supply our starfish needs. Belgrade, Independence Mixed Agriculture, and Monachi, traditional pod farming. So they've been our supplier, and everywhere else has been our customers. But our highest paying ones have been in Nevada, New Vegas, and Sparks. We did take a source mission to source holoevangelism vids, and we got that from our armed monks who shoot at us occasionally, and they're out of their spaceships. The Inviolets, and they have a house of worship, wouldn't you know? Buckeye Independence House of Worship. It's run by the Inviolets. But there you can pick up religious tracts, hollow evangelism vids, or devotional art. So when we haven't been trading in starfish to get the funds to build up our platypus and eventually buy a foxbat, we have been evangelists to the stars with hollow evangelism vids, occasionally religious tracts, and occasionally devotional art. You can also pick up devotional art in Flagstaff. So yes, we've got some of that there, more religious tracts, and occasionally fine art. But we've been working just these 6 systems we left Texas, Texas being number 7. And while we're at it, if we must do a traditional calendar and an approximate of when we last talked to Richter, that was 303 days ago. If we must do an approximate to the beginning of the game, when we were on Lubbock and Orzu gave us the new ship and asked us to deliver the package, right now we're up to 304 days ago, if you don't like the whole mission count thing. And I say that because, you know, I don't know, probably spent 30 days in Texas and then we left for Montana. So that's what's going on. And now we're off to get our Foxbat and make the first upgrades to that with whatever we can afford with whatever money's left after we buy the Foxbat. So it is possible to go from the starting ship straight to the ship you're going to make the best ship in the game, whatever ship that is, and not mess with anything in between. Since I've never seen that done on video and never read a guide about doing that, so now y'all know that is actually possible. Oh, I've done some. Oh, one other thing, almost forgot. Take a look here. I replaced the utility laser on Belgrade, one of my ship trips to get sushi grade starfish or dried yik-yak, or sell hollow evangelism vids there. They like that stuff there. I won an ion blaster, and so I replaced my utility laser and sold it. So we've got the ion blaster and the tractor beam for our firepower needs. No missiles yet. Oh, one other thing. I like this route I've been working. Let me explain why. Yes, there are crime problems. Threat level extreme. You'll see on different systems threat level, and compared to your ship, threat level, what it is, and then law, lightly patrolled or whatnot, or lawless. Anyway, so we got Nevada and Mississippi are lightly patrolled. Montana is heavily patrolled. I think it may be the only system that is, but anyway. Arizona lightly patrolled. Dakota, lawless, and so is Hitchcock. But that means for 4 of these systems you get law enforcement protection, and it'll be mentioned in the main plot, but our monks, the Inviolates, they don't have capital ships. So as a group that might oppose you, they aren't that bad to take on, and particularly when you get to do it with the Dodge Sector Police as allies. So this has made it easy, with our ship being relatively lightly armed, to have accomplished this little stat already. Because the Dodge Sector Police has been able to cover some opponents, and we've been able to get the easy ones. Fighters destroyed 25, missiles shot down 2. We've tractored in 27 objects. We have yet to mine asteroids. We will do that at least once, because just recently, along with not accidentally canceling missions, it's gotten easy for me to mine asteroids. And so, like I said, I'm trying to not only do something I haven't seen done before, although the second time I'm doing it because I don't want to use the first videos, thought I'd use this instead. I like this trade route so much better than what I used the first run. Anyway, long story short, in addition to now only canceling the missions I intend to and not additional missions, I have there's skills you can get by practice and other skills you just get both in video games and real life. If you have a mobility problem, well, particularly if you have cerebral palsy from birth. So, after 5 years of owning this game, I got it when it was new. I can finally cancel only the intended mission I intend to abandon. Haven't abandoned any this run, and I can easily mine asteroids. And when we go asteroid mining, you'll see why that was a challenge for me. So those are the first two mobility disability things I will be covering in this run. Asteroid mining, maybe not so shortly. I'll have to buy the gear for that. I don't have the money right now, particularly after I buy the Foxbat. I won't have the money left right away. And, I think I will have the money to get a turret. And I want to show you how the turret helps me, both because of where it is. It's slung down at the bottom and it's in the center. So, for me, the Foxbat is the only thing. Any other ship with turrets, they're just there. You can put on a mining turret, makes it easier to mine. Doesn't really help in combat in my experience, my humble opinion. So, you will get to see me test out a turret, buy a Foxbat, do any other upgrades, and just get started with things. I may actually get started with, in this trade route, taking combat missions. I mean, well, we've only done... Let's just double check this. If we got to Montana with 10 completed side missions, and one of those was the source mission for the Hollow Evangelism vids. Oh, not to mention the extreme transport mission of the sushi grade starfish that I did on video when I first got to Montana. So there have only been 3 other missions, presumably cargo and low combat missions. I may actually take combat missions and show you that, and show testing out guns as I'm buying them. But for now, let's get to Montana.
Looks like the border's green.
And that might be the last time we'll have to do that. The other ship's going to be faster, so that also means we'll probably get above 504 as some sort of default speed, and we'll be able to go faster when we use even the afterburner we have now. We won't get to 999 the faster you go. We will get into the 900s with the Foxbat and our basic afterburner. So you shall shortly see when I run the first test of the Foxbat out of the police station. You'll shortly see what that's all about. And off we go. To Montana it is. Oh, I've been to the police station once before. I got beat up by some pirates and needed repairs. That was about 18 days ago. They were just trying to keep me out from getting to Montana and then from getting to Mississippi. They were in hot pursuit to do something evil, not like cops in hot pursuit, not like Buford T. Justice from Smokey and the Bandit. No, they were in hot pursuit, and I had to battle them a couple of places in Nevada and Montana, and they damaged my ship, and I desperately needed repairs. The repairs were cheap, not even 300 credits, but needed. So, the rest is history, and that's probably why I don't have a repair droid yet. When repairs are that cheap, it's not a priority. And that also means most of the time you're outrunning most of the people who might want to cause you damage. So, that's what's going on there.
Destination reached.
Oh, and obviously with the police providing me such good protection while I'm developing my platypus and the Foxbat here, I really haven't needed the Red Devils.
Someday this thing is just gonna shake itself apart.
As a matter of fact, my reputation, you see the marker there that started at the beginning of the game, usually starts in the middle of the T. It's clean over to the L in neutral. We're getting darn close to going lawful, pro-Commonwealth, and pro-Dodge Police here in our rep, or at least halfway there. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, off to see the Tefton Police Headquarters.
Destination reached.
Oh, in case any of you were wondering, the time on this, it's been about 7 hours to get here. But I've only done this when I went straight
Dodge
here
sector
for
traffic control. Your request is granted.
The shortest time ever was 6 hours, so we're not really that far off. When I've done it in other runs that won't appear on YouTube, so not that bad. And the Foxbat, even though on stats it's rated like third best, the first either being the Coyote or the Dingo. The Coyote, the ship Juno was flying at the beginning that crashed into Lubbock, thanks to Ruthless. And the Dingo being a ship you can get out of Bountiful Vista when you follow the quest along to a certain point, or jobs from the manager there. I'm trying not to spoil any surprises for the few people who haven't seen much of the main story or any of it in some of my remarks here. But now let's get on to what we're going to do here. This place is almost as basic as the Buckeye House of Warship. It's got a little more. It's got an equipment bay for repairs and upgrades, and it's got a ship dealer. But it's got a ship dealer without a salesman. This game was about 5 years ahead of the time. You know, nowadays people who go online and they buy a car without using a salesman. So this game was a little bit ahead. I think that started in 2020, 2022, buying cars without a salesman. So, this game was a little bit ahead of its time. And here we are, the Foxbat, 245,000 credits. As you'll see, it's A faster. Default speed, 40 MPS faster. Maneuverability gained about 1/6 that from 80 to 95 DPS. Biggest gain here was the armor. Default armor the hull went from light to medium. That's just the basic stuff here. As you'll see from the description, the Foxbat is a decommissioned police craft, refurbished for civilian use. Its excellent speed and maneuverability are supported by an underslung turret mount, which is right at the bottom. Turrets 1 are near the bottom. Maximum cargo rank 1. We have the basic rank 1 cargo extender, which will transfer over. Maximum shield rank 4, maximum power rank 4. Eventually we're going to have shield 4, and we're going to have weapon hardpoints 5. We're going to have 5 weapons. They will eventually be all tachyons before we start collecting weapons from the pirate lords, mounting those for eventually 4 flak cannons and 1 tachyon left. And 1 missile hardpoint. Now, let me show you something about that. I have found, and I have tried all these missiles out, they all have their advantages, and you can win a couple of them in gambling games, the HS launcher and the image recognition. But the best is the swarm launcher. It shoots out groups of 6 missiles I've seen my target try to outrun most of them, and still get hit by one or two, or get hit by four, hit by the other 2 seconds later. It does devastating damage or will annihilate some opponents. Oh, and you see it's got a lock time there of 2 seconds and a lock range of 5,000. Well, just for a heads up, even though we have a gray radar, it does come, the Optus MK2, with one little thing. It offers locking capability. So it will work with anything with locking capability, the HS launcher, an MRAC, or the Swarm missile launcher, which I will get eventually. But now for the ship purchase and then some upgrades of the 18,000 we'll have left. Ship dealer. We're buying a Foxbat, and we are not calling this trash. So we're getting rid of the trash for cash name.
Let's take this baby for a spin.
And I named it New Ship Smell, and Juno has said I like that new ship smell, but no, I'm going to be unoriginal but go with inspiration from that great singer Jimi Hendrix. And for a starter name, and I don't paint a lot, but I sure change the name of this ship a lot. If I do a job for a company, I like the name. It sounds cool. Like if I do work for Denver Ice, it'll be that for a while, and so on and so forth. But we're going to start with, and it's appropriate, our character's a dame, so we're going to name our ship Foxy Lady. Make sure there's a space there between Foxy and Lady. No space? Now there is. Alright, so we've done that. Now, because it's so helpful, I want to buy a turret, but it's not going to be the ultimate turret. The ultimate turret, we're going to have to make some money and wait on that puppy. We're going to keep our ion blaster and tracer. Apparently there's 2 classes of turret, alpha and beta, but this ship only works with the alpha turret class. And we're going to start with the laser turret. It's a turret. It has aim assist like they all do. At least all the alpha ones do. But, and that actually, it will try to lead targets in auto fire without us even firing that manually. So we can aim our other guns toward where that's firing at if it's hitting. So this is a wonderful thing. And also, you can fight some crap just with the laser turret. Your ship do some damage to an opponent, and your dodge sector police, mercenaries, or whoever can actually take out the ship if that's what you want to do. You might want to do that either because you'd rather they take the blame if it's a well-known person, or because you're sympathetic to the individual and you don't want to actually have their kill on your kill board. So, or you've been using weapons and draining power, and all these turrets use very little power, so it gives your system time to recharge and store energy, and you're still doing damage to the opponent. So we're going with El Cheapo turret. My humble opinion, you may say the tracer turret is the better weapon. It's close damage to the mass turret, but and does better hull damage. But here's the thing. It's a slug weapon, so that means after it runs out of slugs, it takes some time to redo those. Not to reload the next slug, but more time than that 0.1 second. And I just get tired of that, so I'd rather take a little extra time for shooting the laser bolts, or beams and not have the wait for a full reload or reproduction of ammo. So I like the mass driver turret. It is expensive though. We don't have that kind of money right now. So just for starters, we're going with the laser turret. Yeah, we've got that. We can't pick up any missions here. There's no mission boards. And we're down to 95.05 in credits. So what we're going to do, we're going to launch, we're going to head toward Belgrade. We're going to put on accept distress signals, our distress signal beacon, and see what comes up between here and Belgrade. When we get to Belgrade, we may choose missions to do, including combat missions. We shall see. It is turret time for us in the Dodge sector. In our foxy lady of a Foxbat. Oh, speed test time. Our default speed is no longer 360, it's 400. Let's test out the afterburners.
Beginning a contraband scan. Hold steady, citizen.
And nothing is still legal, and we have nothing in our hold.
No contraband detected. Proceed.
Okay, so here's the default engine configuration. Equal parts power to shields, engines, and weapons. And there's our rep I was telling you about. We're on the L in neutral. Let's just jack up the speed and see how far above the 80s we get. 700 on default configuration. Fine. Let's provide some engine juice. Little emphasis on the engines. How high is this going to go? 840. But now we're at a cruising speed of 480 and not 400. Now we go full power to the engines. Cruising speed of 560. And there we go. 980 is our top speed. We will be able to outspeed a lot more stuff before we get fully armed and avoid a lot more combat. So, let's go see what we can do. Now that I've tested out the speed, I at least want to get into some combat so I can show you how the turret works. "22 days, they're bound to have some good trusts. Maybe dry-aged yik-yak or sushi. Or soy paste if we need that for some reason. Although I don't. Not thrilled about the prospective price there. Would like it to be a little bit lower. Would like that to be in red for dirt cheap too, not just white for
Autopilot
average.
disengaged by craft proximity.
Okay, let's try our turn against this pirate. There we go. We've done just the turn alone. We've done some damage to their hull, and we barely had to fire once or twice. And that ship is history. Oh yes. Another jackrabbit. Let's help out the cops and help our rep and take this puppy out.
That's one down.
Oh, you're gonna regret that.
Not yet. Killing off you pirates has not got to my conscience yet. Okay, so we're gonna do the big ignore distress signals thing, and we're gonna get over to. No, actually, Maybe we could use a distress signal between here and Belgrade. We haven't made any extra money yet. We sure spent enough to be less than 10 grand after getting into our Foxbat.
Destination reached.
Docking request received. Automatic landing sequence.
Take on Pilot Lords yet. I'm going to pretty much max this puppy out before I start going for their gear. So, that will be a while yet. Alright, so here we are where we won the ion cannon we're still using. And let's see what our and let's see if we can pick up. This place needs more holovids. Source of titanium ore, get it to Dutch sector. Not gonna happen. Shipping escort to Rivali, but it's high risk, which means we're not ready for that either. And that would be off-route Tombstone system. Rock farming, so none of those interest me. And there's a major threat at the Canterville Supermax, but we're not ready for that. We're not going to Hampton just yet. Here's one we could be ready for. It's at average risk, and we've got improved combat capability with our turret. And of course we got a tractor beam. Shakedown. And we could lose some good guy rep, and all we do is go back towards the T in neutral. So if we really wanted it, we could take that one. Not much cash in it though. Maybe if there's maybe if they have some loot other than the payment envelope, we might make out okay. There's a possibility. Let's see what the commodities possibilities are. Oh, and if we're not ready, we can take some loot and abandon that mission too. Ah, here we go. Dry aged Yik-Yak. And 7 of those. Last sold at New Vegas, but we just came from there. I'm gonna have to turn that down. That would make a really bad video. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to go ahead and do the Red Devil mission. Our first mission for bad guys. The missions with the symbol other than the skull are Commonwealth missions. Missions without that symbol are neutral. And missions with the skull are for the Red Devils. And get you toward pirate status. But I think we're ready for the shakedown, so we're going to go do it. And see what happens. And it says here, you have accepted a pirate mission. Completing this mission will build rapport with the Red Devils, but is seen as illegal by Dodge Sector Police. With sufficient rapport, you can dock at Red Devil stations, but Commonwealth stations will reject you. Well, so if we complete this mission, that'll be a slight complication to our life. The big if. Empty cargo hold, 1 mission to complete. Setting it as the default near where we bought our Foxbat. So they may send a distress signal and call in the police. Let's hope not. We're not ready for that, but you know, you can only hope. And because I am possibly expecting
Safe traveling.
combat resistance to us, with somebody in charge of guarding this convoy shooting at us, I'm going to go with emphasis on shields and engines and see what kind of trouble we get into.
Destination reached.
Plenty of mines here. That's what those red dots are about. One trader. 5 goods. 2 mercenaries. Okay. So we're going to try to hail them and see how this goes.
Sorry about this, but a girl's gotta eat.
Fine, I'm ejecting my cargo now. Just back off.
Missile inbound. Forward shields down.
Oh. Slight problem. What can we do with the mercs, though?
Damn, it's the cops.
Hostile
So
craft
this is all
entering
just a
the
big
area.
misunderstanding.
Sorry, girl. I'm just not in a forgiving mood.
Alright, we gotta get that envelope. It'd be nice to get those designer clothes with it, too. But we got the Dodge police in pursuit.
Man, this is bad.
No
A distress
missiles.
signal has been sent. Missile inbound.
And there's the cops.
Craft inbound.
More cops, I take it, and some heavy firepower.
Level increased.
SWW. And that's the sound of our turret going off shooting at somebody. Alright, so now what are my options here? Not the options I want yet. I'd like a little more distance between me and that Dodge trooper. Yeah, 2 more K in distance. Alright, so can we do this yet? Is it realistic that we can?
Missile inbound. Forward shields down.
You're done.
Inbound.
Man,
Making that envelope after all, I mean, we thin out the numbers.
yeah.
Missile inbound. Missile inbound.
We are gonna head back toward the Beer's base for a bit. 'Cause
All
we got
units, attack my target.
one hostile cop and friendlier cops nearby, which is kind of confusing. And I don't want too many enemies. And our less than friendly is a police frigate. And I really also don't want to be heading toward Tefton Police Headquarters. Call me strange. Let's switch course to Chinook. Let's check our ship status. What's damaged? I know our armor is. Shield generator, maneuvering jets, barely damaged because we're maneuvering just fine. Our ion blasters, so we can't keep shooting at these people forever. That's our heaviest gun. Nobody's in pursuit. We might be able to get back to the shakedown site and get that envelope. I'm going to give it a shot.
What the hell am I doing? Damn, I need to lie low.
Where is the envelope? It's gotta be here somewhere.
Destination
This was
reached.
a bad idea.
There it is.
Craft inbound.
What I'm trying to do is get the envelope by going around and looking for Atlas. And staying out of their range.
This is the end of the road, friend.
Gotcha.
And why does it gotta be the end of the road? I'm just out trying to make some dough.
Oh, come on. Got it.
All right. Got the expensive stuff. Now let's go for the El Cheapo stuff, the robot model, El Cheapo in comparison.
This is the end of the road, friend.
Come on, Juno. Gotcha.
Destination reached.
There we go, we made it.
Dodge Sector Traffic Control, your request is granted. Please proceed to the designated bay.
Objective complete. Cargo removed.
There we go. Delivered the envelope. Made the cash. And now we got repairs to do and designer goods to sell. Repair all. Let's just do it that way.
Well, at least she's not bleeding oil anymore.
Ah, the designer threads, they're selling above market value. We are selling that, no problem. And I like the price on the robot modules. Alright, so there you have it. We bought the Foxbat, upgraded the, put a turret on as an upgrade, took the Foxbat out, took out 2 pirates, mostly with the turret, took out 2 policemen with our 2 guns and our turret, got our envelope that the Red Devils needed, got back to port, got paid for that, and got paid more in cargo with the designer threads and robot modules. So what I'm going to be doing from here on out is I'll be going for further upgrades, and after I do each upgrade, I'll do another video to test out that upgrade so you can see what's going on. And this part of the series, whereas the previous 3 or 4 videos were first ship, this will be the Foxbat times. So the first set of videos is going to be in a playlist called First Ship, and many of these are going to be in the Foxbat times. We're just starting that. It'll be then. This video is going to be titled Zero Out to Foxbat, and enjoy. And you know what? If you think about it, there have been, I mean, wasn't Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer about Santa upgrading his sleigh with a red-nosed reindeer to get through bad weather? So aren't we in a way doing the Christmas thing? Upgrade one spaceship a little bit, buy another, we're going to upgrade that quite a bit. So this has all kinds of holiday themes. Anyway, and if you're a New York Jew, there's a legend of a Hanukkah Harry the Rabbi or something. So you could even tie this into Hanukkah if you wanted to. So anyway, just Merry Christmas. Like, comment, subscribe if it adds to your holiday festivities. Get some laughs out of this and enjoy this playthrough. And glad you've enjoyed the Zero Out to Foxbat video. Hopefully being a zany way to get to your best ship and starting to upgrade it, this has been full of smiles and laughs for you. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holiday Season with your family and loved ones. Bye.